Use broths for the tea strings. Okay, cool. All right. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna do this a little differently than I normally would, just so you guys can see it. Okay. So you take the cap, you do all the flaming, right? You get a little bit of E. coli on here, and I'm gonna take the lid off and set it aside. I don't normally I like to just pull the lid off a little bit like that to protect the surface of the plate, but I'm just going to show you how to do it. So what you do with the lube is you just lightly, and you'll get the idea of the touch. You just lightly just kind of fill this. You can go over a couple. Just fill that above the T with E. coli. Okay, and you can see the marks I made on there. Right, and then you reflame. Okay. And then you let it cool a little bit, and then when you want to go from above the T into the other side of the T, so what you do is you just kind of maybe come up into the heavy area, make maybe once or twice, and then just spread it out, right? And then kind of rotate the plate because it's easier if you rotate it, right? Reflame to kill the excess bacteria. Let the thing cool, and then you come from this side into here, right? So you kind of go, maybe once or twice, and then just spread it out, right? And then you're done, right? So that's easy. And then we'll do the last one. This is the quadrant streak. This is sometimes a little hard because it's hard to read the numbers through the plate. You'll get screwed up, but don't worry about it. It'll be all right. Anyway, so you reflame to kill off the bacteria. Just come in here. Get some E. coli. There we go. All right. And where's my first quadrant? It's right here. Okay, so all you do is just fill the quadrant. Right? If you go a little over the edges, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Right? So you just fill the quadrant. Right? So that's done. Reflame. Kill the bacteria. For E. coli. Then you want to go from 1 into 2. From quadrant 1 into quadrant 2. So you just kind of a couple of times and then sort of spread it out. Right? Reflame. Go from 3 to 4. Let it cool, or from 2 to 3 rather. I'm sorry. Let it cool a little bit. Come out of 2 into 3 a couple of times. That one's done. And then between 3 and 4 you don't have to flame because there's still a little bacteria left. So I do it upside down like this. So from 3 into 4, so a couple of times, and then just spread it out. Now, while I've got this going, let me have to get this on. One of the things that you guys do, because you're new at it, is you don't get the idea of kind of just the source of the plate. So what you do, and I do this too, is you get the bacteria on here and you're trying to be really careful. You're going, okay, I'm just going like this and this, this and this and this and this, and okay, I did it. Well, yeah, you've got a trail on there, but you kind of want to spread it a little bit more. And then you go from 1 into 2, and you go, okay, once, twice, and then you're really, really careful, right? And again, you're not getting as much spray, but you'll get the idea. You can break the auger. I mean, I don't know if I could, but if you really bear down on the inoculating loop, you can slice into the auger. You kind of got an idea of what it felt like when you streaked it the other day with your swabs. But you probably won't, right? So, and if you do, no, it's okay. We'll do something to fix that, right? And then this is done. Now, before I turn you guys loose, let me turn off the burner. Anyway, and then of course you would clean up your work area. I definitely clean up my work area because there's E. coli right there. I just leave it for Coli tonight. What the hell? Yeah. Surprising. Draw a circle on it. Totally E. coli. Anyway, this way. Now, because you guys have been using the same cultures and you're doing the flaming and stuff, these caps are going to get a little warm, all right? But you don't really need to hold the thing in the flame. It's just pass it through, right? And then when you're done, just put the cap on. What you'll have to do is be passing this around the table today, so be a little careful with the Bunsen burner. It's actually easier, I think, for you all today, instead of trying to work from the cans and pass the cans around, is just, there's probably going to be an extra test tube rack at your table somehow. Just put the tubes out so everybody can kind of see where they are and pass them around that way. So what are we going to be incubating today? Well, everybody's going to be incubating these 4 tubes, plus 2 plates, okay? And we'll see how well you do for transfers. On Tuesday. You got to get out of summer school here sooner or later. On Tuesday, we'll actually be using these cultures to do simple stains on, so you're not just like making them for no particular reason. This you're practicing because you've never done it before. Some of these we'll actually use to see what E. coli looks like under a microscope. Believe me, it's not all that impressive. It's pretty small. It's amazing how something so small can cause so much trouble. But anyway, so that's that. When you, I know what I was going to say. When you get tubes out of those racks over there, like the TSAs and the TSBs, don't pick them up by the caps, because the caps are really loose. And as soon as, you know, like okay, this one's on there pretty good, I guarantee as soon as you like get it over the floor, it'll let go, right? So just, you know, always pick them up like that, because the caps just are on that tight. You know, they're not supposed to be. Well, that one is, isn't it? So that one, but trust me, they're probably not. They're just waiting to cause a mess. Now, okay, so what about my cleanup here? What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to do a little Vespine. I'm going to just kind of put a little area down of the disinfectant, right? I'm going to get a piece of paper towel, and I'm just going to mop it up. But that paper towel, actually this is probably, even though it's bad on my part, it's probably worth doing. I'm going to mop it up, but the paper towel, I don't, because it really has cleaned up bacteria, I'm going to stick it in the red bag trash, right? Because it did actually come in contact, which I know is bacteria. When you guys are cleaning up when you're done today, that's no big deal. I don't, unless you really spilled something, right? Then of course they have to go into red bag trash. But your regular cleanup stuff, don't worry about that. That's just going to regular trashy thing there. So you know, clean up your work area. I said rest area. Clean up your work area. Make sure you, like I'm going to do here, make sure you wash your hands. This E. coli strain is not a clinical strain. It's not 0157 or anything like that. It's just E. coli 101, which actually is the strain designation. It's not like general biology lab. So that's the strain. There are various strains of all kinds of bacteria, and some are nasty, and some, I mean, I wouldn't drink that stuff, but I don't know if it hurts you or not. I don't want to find out. So it's pretty simple. So what you're learning today, you're going to carry with you for the next 18 weeks. Because you're going to have to do it all the time. It's not like, oh, we're only going to do it a couple times and I don't have to do it anymore. You're going to do it